Hey friends, this is Josh Hayward and welcome to another edition of the Find Your Craft Show. We're on episode 97 and I have a great South Carolina craft beer for you guys, hence the South Carolina Brewers Guild craft beer shirt and the Revelry hat. We are taking a look at Lefty Loosey, the India Pale Ale from Revelry Brewing Company. This beer is a traditional West Coast Style IPA, hence Lefty Loosey, as the can says, brewed on the left coast. Little joke there. 7% ABV. This is going to be kind of the traditional IPA style. The strong, heavily bitter, punch you in the mouth, punch you in the teeth, whatever you want to say, IPAs. And this is Revelry's take on that. Revelry Brewing out of Charleston, South Carolina, actually. Great craft beer, doing lots of amazing things. I recently attended the trade show for the South Carolina Brewers Guild. Revelry was one of the sponsors there. Hosted a breakout session where some of their top scientists talked about different types of things that the brewery is doing as far as yeast and as far as the scientific aspect of brewing, the quality control that goes into brewing great beer consistently. That was very much appreciated. After I left the trade show, hopped over to Revelry and picked this up, so figured we'd give it a review. Last week we took a look at Poke the Bear, which was their pale ale, and just comparing those two there, Poke the Bear was a standard pale American pale ale, more malt forward, darker of course than this beer. As I've just poured it, that's the first thing I noticed. But yeah, beautiful beer here. We have a golden color, hazy golden color actually. Not as hazy as some of the hazy type IPAs we see. I'm not seeing any particulate in this beer. There is just some haze in it for sure. It is definitely more transparent than the Juice Willis from the other night. This is, I would say, still translucent. You can't see completely through the glass, but it's not blocked off either. But yeah, nice golden color there. I would kind of even say it's more towards the straw, moving more towards the straw type color, or as far as the SRM goes. This is a very beautiful beer. Giving it a swirl here, got a strong white head there, about a centimeter and a half or whatever. Giving it a swirl, it's already got a little bit of an aroma there, so we'll go ahead and jump right in and see what we've got. Oh wow. Nice. A couple things I noticed right off the bat. Definitely getting a little more malt in here than I thought. Definitely getting some maltiness in there. I would say it's still kind of along the, if I would just guess, kind of more on the white bread type scale. It's not going to be malt forward, but I'm getting a little bit of sweetness there. Getting some nice hops in here. I'm not sure what hops they used in this particular brew. The can says old school hop varieties. Maybe some Cascade, maybe some Centennial. I'm getting some floral and some citrus in that. And just from the smell, I'm not getting, in comparing from the beer that I did the other night, which was a hazy New England style IPA, I'm not getting any juicy, any sweet type aroma there. More of just that hoppiness, this traditional West Coast style IPA. So yeah, let's see what we've got. Cheers. Cheers to Revelry. Good. Pretty good. Great beer. Very good beer. Good interpretation on the West Coast style. Very fresh. Very fresh as far as a West Coast style beer goes. There's a nice sweetness kind of there at the front end. Again, I kind of say more on the white bready type side. But I am getting a little bit of sweetness in there. And then some amazing hop flavors kind of midway through the taste. Some floral and some citrus. I almost want to go to a melon type in a way, or a melon type variety. Not again, comparing from the other night, not a juicy type IPA by any means. But definitely a hop forward West Coast style IPA. Rather easy drinking. Lingering bitterness as you take a sip. That bitterness kind of sits on the palate It's as I talk, it's still on the palate, and as I breathe out, it's still on the palate. Still there. A little bit of resininess on the back end there. Piney. That's another good descriptor. Kind of some pininess in there too. Pine needles. The kind of a resiny coating your tongue. Hey, I want to take another sip kind of thing. But yeah, fresh beer. On the can they say, hang loose with this bitter quenching glass of sunshine. I think that's a great descriptor of this. It's light, lighter, I guess I should say, refreshing, and just a nice hoppy bitterness that's not too over the top, not overly powering. I really appreciate Revelry's interpretation of this. A lot of times you hear West Coast style and it's just, punch you in the teeth hops, boom, great bitterness, it's just full out bitterness all through the taste. I feel like they kind of put their own spin on it, which is nice. I do kind of feel like I'm sipping a glass of bitter sunshine, so to speak. But yeah, very good beer here. Cheers to Revelry on this one. Cheers to South Carolina craft beer, which is doing phenomenal, by the way. Lots of great things going on in Charleston. Lots of great things going on in the upstate of South Carolina and even in Columbia, as much as it kind of pains me to say that being a Clemson fan. But all is fair in craft beer. I still love my Columbia friends. But anyway, cheers to Revelry on this one. Cheers to Lefty Loosey and a great West Coast Style IPA. You guys have a great night. Thank you for joining in, and cheers.